Good morning, students. I am Yogesh Chand Sharma, English PGT RPS Behrod. Dear children, let's complete our remaining part of the chapter, My Childhood, okay, sixth chapter. One day, when I was in the fifth standard at the Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. APJ Abdul Kalam ji says that when I was studying in fifth standard or in the fifth class at the Rameshwaram Elementary School, at that time, a new teacher came to our class, or a new teacher actually joined the school. I used to wear a cap which was marked me as a Muslim. So being a Muslim, he used to wear a cap, and I always sat in the front row next to Ramanand Sastri. He used to sit next to Ramanand Sastri in the front row, who wore the sacred thread. Ramanand Sastri, who wore the sacred thread. Sacred thread here in the sense जनेऊ पहना करते थे, और APJ Abdul Kalam ji used to put on a cap. The new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest's son. Could not stomach is written, that means could not tolerate. A new teacher could not tolerate sitting a Hindu boy along with the Muslim boy. Could not stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. The new teacher could not tolerate it that the Hindu priest's son is sitting with a Muslim boy. In accordance with our social ranking, as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. So he was told, Abdul Kalam ji told, and sit on the last bench, on the back of the bench, last seat. Okay. I felt very sad. Kalam ji says, I said very sad. And so did Ramananda. Ramananda also felt sad because they both were the chum, because they both were the close friends. And did Ramananda Shastri, in the sense Ramananda Shastri was also unhappy. He looked utterly downcast. Utterly means completely. He looked completely sad. Downcast means sad or depressed. He felt depressed. As I shifted to my seat in the last row, Kalamji says that when I shifted to sit in the last row, Ramananda Shastri was utterly sad or depressed. The image of him weeping, the image of him crying, weeping, when I shifted to the last row, left a lasting impression on me. So he says that an image of weeping or crying impression on me, okay, means that's sign on me. I shifted to the last row, left a lasting impression on me. Okay, means when he saw weeping like the face, that face or that image occurred permanently into his mind. After school, we went home and told our respective parents. Okay, means they both returned to their home, they told to their parents about the incident. Lakshman Shastri summoned means called. Lakshman Shastri called the teacher, and in our presence, means in their presence, Kalamji and Ramananda Shastri, a new teacher was called by the Lakshman Shastri, by the father of Ramananda Shastri. Told the teacher that he should not spread the poison. He said, you should not spread the poison. Poison of what? Casteism. or poison of social inequality and communal intolerance. You should not spread the poison of communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. These children are innocent, so you should not spread the poison of uh, communal intolerance or social inequality. He bluntly asked, bluntly means plainly rough. He, roughly asked or plainly asked, directly asked the teacher to either apologize, either say sorry for that, or quit the school or leave the school. Quit means leave, or apologize means say sorry, to feel excuse. And the island. Quit the school and the island. Not only did the teacher regret when Lakshman Shastri said this thing, either say sorry or quit the school and the island, then what happened? The teacher repent. Regret means repent. The teacher remorse his behavior, on his behavior, about his behavior. But the strong sense of conviction, conviction is written, that means a strong opinion or belief. But the strong sense of belief Lakshmana Shastri conveyed ultimately reformed, or at last Lakshmana Shastri wanted reform this young teacher. He wanted to reform the teacher, he wanted changes in the teacher. It was his ultimate purpose. Okay. On the whole, the small society of Rameswaram was very rigid. The whole society of Rameswaram was very hard, rigid, in terms of segregation, in terms of separation. Segregation means separation of different groups. However, my science teacher, Subramanya Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin, even he was an orthodox. Orthodox means blind faith. Okay, Brahmin. Orthodox means a person who believes on the religion and custom and traditions. Okay, so such a type of Brahmin he was, with very conservative wife. He has got his wife conservative. Conservative means again who believe in the orthodox, or who believe in the traditions, customs, was something of a rebel, something of, it was something of a revolutionary. He did his best to break social barriers. He, tried to break the social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds, people from very different, backgrounds, varying in the sense, different in the sense, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, could mingle. Means he wanted different kinds of backgrounds people must mingle, or he wanted to break the social barriers easily. Okay, he wanted the people mingle easily. He used to spend hours with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people. On par in the sense equal. You are the equal with the highly educated people of the big cities. Such type of a man I wanted to you. It was the will of the Subramanya Iyer. One day he invited me to his home for a meal. So one day Iyer Sahib invited him for a meal. His wife was horrified, as we already have seen. His wife was a conservative woman. At the idea of Muslim boy, he horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine. When she heard a Muslim boy was invited to dine in her ritual pure is written, that means kept protected from all outside influence for the observance of religion. Okay, so it was her opinion that a Muslim boy was invited in her ritually pure kitchen. Okay, means in her religious kitchen. Religious in the sense she considered her kitchen pious. She refused to serve me in her kitchen. She refused to serve in the kitchen. Shiv Subramaniam Iyer was not, perturbed. Perturbed means upset. He was not upset, nor did he get angry with his wife. Even he did not get angry with his wife. Actually, Iyer Sahab also wanted to change in the society. So for changing the society, one must to change oneself as well as one's family members. Iyer Sahab wanted to get changes first in his wife, but instead served me with his hands. But he himself served with his hands to Kalamji and sat down beside him, beside Miss Near, and Iyer Sahab sat down beside the Kalam to eat his meal, to take the meal. His wife watched us from behind the kitchen. His wife was also watching the whole thing, observing the whole thing from the kitchen, behind the kitchen door. I wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice, I drink water, or clean the floor after the meal. So, Kalamji says that I don't think she had any difference in eating the rice or drinking the water or cleaning the floor. Okay, as the Hindu person did the same, I did also do so. When I was leaving his house, Shiva Subramaniam Iyer invited me to join him for dinner again the next weekend. So he was also again invited to take the dinner in the next weekend and at the end of the week. Observing my hesitation, even he observed my hesitation of acceptance, या ये कहें कि accepting the invitation. He was hesitating because what he was misbehaved by his wife, he did not want to face it again. He told me not to get upset, saying once you decide to change the system. But Iyer Sahab motivated him, Kalamji, and says, don't get upset. If you want to change the society, if you want to change the system, then do not get upset. Means we have to tolerate all these things if we want changes in the society. Such problems have to be confronted. Confronted means encountered. So we have to be encountered with such type of problems, or we have to face such type of problems. When I visited his house the next week, Shiva Subramania Iyer's wife took me inside her kitchen. So now this time it was the changes in her. She herself received him, took him inside the kitchen and served me food, or his wife served him food. Okay, Miss Iyer's wife served Abdul Kalam's food with her own hands. She served food with her own hands. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. Imminent means which was certain. Means India's freedom was certain now, sure now, because the Second World War was over. Indians will build their own India. Now the Indians can build their own India, what they have, the India in the dream, declared Gandhiji. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism. Means the whole country filled with the novel optimism. Optimism means to look at the bright side, okay? Full of enthusiasm, motivation. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameswaram. So he took the permission to his father to leave the Rameswaram and study at the district. Means he wanted to leave the Rameswaram for further study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram. Means he wanted to go headquarter in Ramanathapuram so that he can get his further education. So he told me, as if thinking aloud, Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Abdul Kalam's father says that I know for the growth you have to go. Does the seagull not fly across the sun? Here Abdul Kalamji father gave an example of Khalil Gibran thought. He gave an example of the Khalil Gibran. What did he say? He said, Abdul's father said, Abdul, I know you have to go away to grow. Means you have to go for your development. You have to go for your achieving the goal. Does the seagull not fly? He gave an example of the seagull. Seagull is the name of the bird. Does it not fly across to the sun? Yes, it flies alone and without a nest. Does it not fly alone across the sun? Okay, and without a nest, does it not fly without any nest, house or home? He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother. My mother, Abdul Kalam says, my mother who was getting hesitate to send me out at the headquarters of the district. My father gave an example of Khalil Gibran. Your children are not your children. Okay? Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Longing means keen desire. They are the sons, they are the daughters of life's longing for itself, of the life's keen desire for itself. You only beget the children, but they themselves have to survive the life. Okay? They come through you. Yes, you get them, birth. They come through you, but not from you. But they did not come to you. The sense is you give only birth, but they will give the wings to their aim, to their dreams. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. Important line. You may give them your love, means you can pour love and affection to him, being a mother, but not your thoughts, but you cannot impose your thoughts. Thoughts are to be developed in one's life, in one's mind. For they have their own thoughts, because they have their own thoughts. That's why one must not impose the thoughts upon the another, because that person has his own thoughts and ideas. So let them develop, let them give the wing to their thoughts. Okay? So in such a manner, dear students, we have completed this, APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography that has been taken from Wings of Fire. That is an extract from Wings of Fire. This is only a fragment what we have gone through. If you want to know more about APJ Abdul Kalam ji, so you must go through Wings of Fire. So dear children, I will send you the word meanings inside the book, and the word meanings what they are given, okay, in the glossary in the book. You yourself will write down from the book in your notebook along with the word meanings what I will send you. Okay, so dear children, go through this chapter. If you find any problem, so we will be discussing in our Zoom class. Thank you. Have a nice day.